Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Where's My Sage? I'm Mike from Tactical Bigfoot Research with my wonderful co-host, Kristie London.
Hi,
and
everybody.
How are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing. How about you?
I'm here. Still recovering, and I don't know how to shave
hair
anymore.
On
your head. Yeah. So we'll go with this for a little bit. Yeah. Well, I need to get it shaved. I feel like I'm running around like Harry and the Henderson. So it's
not quite yet. A little bit longer, and maybe I'll agree with you on that one, but I don't think so yet.
Well, I'm starting to go nuts here, so it's
maybe Jana has a different opinion, though. I don't know, but I've never seen it like that, so it looks good.
Yeah. So it's just we're here. Like I said, tonight's going to be a little shorter, I think, than we usually are, just because I'm still getting my feet back under.
Yeah, you got some doctor's orders, and you got to follow them. So
yeah,
we won't make you work too hard tonight.
So, yeah, still late duty here. Thanks to Alex joining us last week. It was a great show. If you guys didn't get a chance to catch that, please go take a look. Alex has got some amazing videos and documentaries out there. And he talked about, the moose being his spirit animal. And then he goes up on Instagram the other day with multiple pictures and had one chased through his camp. So
Mike almost had a connection. Oh my God, he saw a moose. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
so cool.
I can't go anywhere.
Why can't I see a moose?
I'm banished to the house again for another 2 weeks. So it'll be 5 weeks.
Thanks for that, Alex, if you're listening. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Well, he actually went live at 8:02 tonight just because he had to move some things around because of his trip. So,
all right, I love you. It's okay.
So what else is going on in your world as I go through and try to link on and say hello to some folks here? Hello, Shereen.
Oh my gosh, so much. Well, big. I don't know if she's on yet or not. I haven't seen her yet, but I want to wish my mom a big happy birthday. Today is my mom's birthday. So she pops on here.
Birthday.
Yeah.
Hello.
So we kind of picked up a quick lunch, and I took one of my nephews and my niece over, and we sat outside at my mom's and just had a quick lunch, and that was nice because the weather was decent. So yeah. Hi, everybody. Hello. So it was fun. We'll do something later.
Hey, Terry. Cool. So I'll just go through and get the hellos a little bit here. Hello, Cindy. Or Sin. Don't have any contacts in either. I'm doing really good. Hi, Pam.
For those of you new people, you got to understand Mike sucks when it comes to pronouncing things.
Yeah.
He usually adds sounds and consonants and letters where they don't exist, or just deletes them altogether.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, hello, your mom from the audience. Penny. And more happy birthdays for your mom.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. She'll realize in a little while that we're on, and then she'll come on.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So, folks, if you're tuning in tonight, big thing we're trying to really kind of push a little bit is our YouTube channel. So if you get a chance, if you could sneak over to YouTube, give us some likes, give us some shares. It allows us to do some other things. There's a little subscribe bell up there. I don't want to be like all the other channels, but the nice thing is sometimes Facebook doesn't let you guys know when we're there. YouTube's been pretty good about getting that information out there. I use it for all the other channels and all my other friends so I can keep track of the 13 million other podcasts. And like this week and last week that I've been bound to the bed or the couch, it's been kind of nice. And I've been living on YouTube. So I'm a big fan of that. So if you're there, please subscribe. I have watched every cooking video I think there is on the planet. And if I haven't been doing that, I've been talking with some professional Food Network chefs on Instagram. So it's, the other business is a knife business, and that's even sitting right now. So while I recover. So right now you guys get the 5-10 minutes that I'm up and moving around. So So please pop it on up over to YouTube. Give us our likes and shares. We're also on quite a few other of the podcast media: Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and we'll be doing some commercials a little later on in the show.
Sorry,
so they both popped on one right after another. So
and there's the other mom. Good.
So
I have her mom. Awesome. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Continue. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So again, folks, if you can go over, like, and share, please share us here, and we're going to be doing some readings tonight. So the heavy lifting is actually going to be on Kristie. I will be pulling again from our usual 5 locations from Tactical Bigfoot Research, WLFE DB Radio, Kristie's
on here.
business page. Yeah, you're getting stalked. Soon, sir.
Hi, Dad.
Our Facebook page and the YouTube page. So, so hello to all, and thank you. So, what else is going on? And if you want to give your speech of entertainment purposes, and we're here to try to go back and hunt down some things.
Your nifty little video that we have for those who didn't see last week. We actually started doing. We're really happy and proud and excited to be part of the WLFE family, and so they're doing a lot as a group and for the individual shows, and so we are starting to really try to incorporate that into our shows because it's really important. We all work together and we all have to support each other, right? So we're going to play a little something for you guys, and we're going to make this a more regular thing, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty, and I'll give you the rundown before we start taking questions. How's that?
Okay. So this is some of our other WLFE DB Radio family. And here we go.
Hey everybody, this is Ted from Talk with Teddy and WLFE DB Radio Network. Let's talk about this network for a second. It's very unique, and it has different shows with different topics that you won't hear anywhere else. First, let's say our shows cover a wide range of topics. Paranormal to horror, skeptical to believers, and all types of variety shows. You won't be disappointed. In fact, we found, not by the limitations of audio, that we have added video casting as well. Do yourself a favor and check out a show or two. The full schedule is lined up on WLFEDBRadio.com. In fact, there are past shows as well that you can check out. So remember, WLFEDBRadio.com. Now here's a few of the podcast hosts that also carry the WLFE DB Radio brand and shows. Our shows can be heard on Spreaker, Deezer, iHeart, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and more. So check out WLFE-DB.com.
WLFE DB Radio.
Pretty cool, huh?
And yeah, definitely a wide selection. Wide selection.
I would try to be supportive and say it's probably the Megeron, but you do this all the time, so you kind of leave me nowhere to go with that.
Yeah, can't blame it on that at all.
No, that's just #just Mike.
Yeah. Lost in another place. So.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So we'll get the ball rolling, right?
Yep.
Okay, so for those of you who are new and those of you who may have forgotten or are not used to how things go with me and on this show, this is a very big venue. So what I do ask is that you ask, starting already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Please keep your question short and to the point. Please give me the name of the person you also want to hear from. It does make it a little easier. You can let us know where you're from. That's always fun too. It's not necessarily something I have to know. Keep your eyes on the light behind me. My mom especially likes this, so I put that back for her. So the light will change as I talk and as we we validate things, and as things come up. Sometimes things will be literal. Sometimes things will be symbolic. I don't always know, and I cannot always explain in the moment. If ever I give you a message and there's something you don't understand or it doesn't make sense, please feel free to message me. Not tonight. People like to do that like at 11, 12 o'clock at night. Please don't do that. Ask me tomorrow. Catch me tomorrow. I do try to make notes as I go, and I will do my best to explain things and to, help you better understand what the message is and what they're saying. So I don't ever want anyone to walk away feeling like they didn't get what they needed or wanted, or it was way off and they feel like they were let down because it wasn't for them. That's really not usually the case. If you can give us validation, that's great. Please remember, on a regular day when Michael is not recovering and trying to heal, he is maneuvering through 5 different sites, and he has information and questions coming at him from all angles. So he is going to do his best, and we will get the ball rolling. If you want to also include, some validation, that's always good too. We always love to get the feedback on that. So, all right. And
please ask the question once. If you ask it more than once, since we are on a couple of different venues, you may not see your question or see the other questions that are being asked. I guess that's the best way to say it. Because I do have 5 different location stuffs coming in. Eventually, we'll probably just end up on YouTube and maybe 1 Facebook channel. So right now, there's 5 different locations those questions are coming in from. So when you ask the question more than once, it kind of bumps them out of the queue that I'm using. And then, unfortunately, then I end up losing your question. So, hello, Sheila. Hello, Tom.
Hi, Tom. So I have to say, sorry, are you done?
Yeah, I was just doing quick hellos, and then we're getting going up to the top for questions. So.
Okay. So, and please also just stick to one question so that we can get to as many people as possible. If you write a big, long thing, Mike's not going to be able to read it. Between all the other questions coming in and having it be pushed up, he may lose it and not be able to get it back. But it is a lot, and we're trying to help, answer as many questions as we can for everybody. So just keep that in mind. Okay. When you're typing your questions, I am always available to do, internet or video or phone readings. I'm only working virtually right now, but we can certainly set up a session if you ever want to do that or get more in detail or in depth with things. Okay. But I do have to start off by putting it out there that I've had a little boy with me. And please make sure you share this broadcast too, because you never know who needs a message. And maybe you're meant to listen today so you can share it with somebody else who really needs to hear what I have to say tonight. This little boy is around 5, and he keeps looking up at me and tugging on me, like to get my attention. Some connection with water. And he's a little confused, almost like he wouldn't have known how or why he died. This little boy is in the light. He's not earthbound. He's not stuck. Don't feel bad for him. He's coming through the way he is to validate himself. I'm hearing from the spirit guides, he really didn't know what hit him when whatever happened. I'm seeing more clear water, almost like a pool, not necessarily a river, but it could be a body of water that was maybe clearer that day or whatever the case is. So if anybody can validate any of this, please feel free. Put it in the comments, and we will do the best we can to get to that. A lot of Native American today. I had a couple during my meditation before the show started. Also, a lot of Native American traditional from years past. Almost like somebody's, see my light? Almost like somebody's ancestors or something trying to come through. Sacred is how I want to describe that, and what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling with that. So, okay, now that I got that out of the way, I just gave Mike more work to do.
Okay.
All right.
Here's our first one from Karen. Would love a message from my Aunt Evie.
Hi, Karen. Ooh, my chest got real tight right here. It was hard to take a breath in, and I could feel it restricted in here. Stale cigarette smoke is like all around my head. So this lady is sitting in a chair, like an older style, female sized, nice lounge, not a lounge chair, it doesn't recline, but like the nicer kind, that you would see in someone that's older, like probably in their 70s, 80s. But back in the day when they were younger, like 70s, 80s, it's more plush. It's got those funky patterns, excuse me, that used to find on that stuff back then too. Excuse me. Also the colors. I feel like this has got to be her because all of a sudden this is an issue. She's sitting there and she's just smoking a cigarette. And she's like, "You're doing it the right way." That's what she's saying to you. You're doing it the right way. She even sounds a little gruff, or like her voice is probably altered because of years of smoking. You're doing it right. That's all she keeps saying is, and the hand keeps going up like this with the cigarette in it. And every time she takes a puff, it all goes right up, straight up. You're doing it. You're doing it right. And then she makes a comment about wouldn't have done it any other way. And I feel like she's talking about the way she went or the circumstances or what happened, the how, what, where, whys or whens of that. And then she says, blessed, blessed. And now she's gone. You must have just thought to yourself or wondered, but is she around and does she look out for me? Because she answered you and said, yes. Yes, I am around you. Yes, I see you. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Okay. Hello, Ed. If you guys looking for a good channel, hop over to Bigfoot Quest 2 on YouTube. There's another great channel to check out. So Ed stuff's been keeping me busy the last couple of days, and he's got a really freaky video of something moving that I've watched about 4 times today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kind of with that look that you got on your face right now.
Yeah. Been a lot of missing 411 and how to make Canadian bacon today. It's been
again
interesting. Regular bacon's made. Canadian bacon probably going to be tomorrow. So
okay.
All
right.
Get up to the next questions. Back up to the top here. From Ashley, would love a message from my mom.
Hi, Ashley. Wow. I just tried to write your name. And like it was like all of a sudden I couldn't do it anymore and I totally lost. It just all of a sudden I had a trouble. Like I got to the LACH and I went to write the U and I started repeating myself again. And I almost feel like that's your mother. Is your mother's coming through? I feel like she did that or something like that was happening with her. I don't know if it's necessarily lost my train of thought. Maybe a combination of that with my mind went blank altogether and I just kind of didn't realize what I was doing all of a sudden in the moment. Because now it's better and I can write your name. And when she kind of, your mom kind of burst in and was like, oh my God, no. Oh my God, no. So however, whatever that means to you, whatever context you put that in for yourself, it was definitely a reaction. But I almost feel like it's not to something you've done. It's to something you're considering or wondering about more so. Maybe you haven't done it yet, or you're probably getting close to doing it. I feel like you have a daughter. And she's saying, think of her. And I feel the need to explain this part of things too. One of the ways this can work for me as well is if I'm giving you guys a message, any of you, whether you're one-on-one in front of me, doesn't matter what venue we're in. If I give you a message and it's coming through a first person as if it's for you, and you're sitting there going, there's no freaking way. This is not for me. I have no idea what she's talking about. I don't know what they're trying to say. And it continues that way and you're still not making a connection. That's Spirit's way of letting me know that they know it's not you, but they're talking about someone who's close to you, like friends, family, coworkers. So that's, again, a little bit difficult to explain in this venue in the moment. Some of you may hear this and remember, some of you may not hear it and forget. But again, if you're not sure, please get a hold of me. But I felt like I needed to tell you that, Ashley. And I feel like all of a sudden a huge weight's been lifted off my shoulders. Yeah. Consider the consequences is what I'm being told to tell you. Consider the consequences. You will be okay. It will work itself out. You've got this, but it will take time. And that's it. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Yeah, my first unmute of the evening. Stuff happens.
Maybe you should recover more often, just because you've been getting better with the whole mute thing.
All right, from YouTube, Kim. Hi, anything for me tonight? Happy birthday to your mom.
Hi, Kim. Thank you. So, there goes my light. I got this funky headache, pain feeling up here in my head. It kind of went down my back, and then it's like at the base of my head, and it's like that, a migraine, almost like a migraine starting. And then I got sick to my stomach. I'm also picking up on a male connection. There's a male energy around. A lot of anxiety. Almost like fear of the unknown, wondering, okay, what's it going to be like? What's it going to be like next? How's it going to be? And I feel as if those are the feelings he created in somebody else or other people. Because then I hear, I'm sorry. And he was a bigger man. He was taller. He was broader. I feel like his stature alone was enough to be intimidating, even if he wasn't trying to be. And all of a sudden I can breathe. So he's just out of reach. And what I mean when I say that is he really wants me to connect with him, but he's just this much not sure still. A lot of times they do that. It's a personality thing. But I do feel like there's an element there that I need to explain, because when Spirit does come in and wants my attention and gets it, or, lets me pick up on them, or is communicating with me and then all of a sudden decides to back off. A lot of times, all of a sudden I can't keep a straight thought either. along with the feeling I get, it tells me how they died. Usually, first and foremost, it means that they committed suicide. But it can also mean that they had a hand in their own death. They're responsible or accountable in some way, shape, or form for the how, what, where, whys, whens of their passing. It could have been accidental. It could have been on purpose. It could have just been inadvertent. It could also mean that there were questionable circumstances surrounding their death or they were murdered. But I feel he is openly admitting he is responsible in some way. I don't necessarily think it was a suicide. I think he was either reckless or stupid or didn't use his head or just it was a bad decision, something like that. And almost like not a spur of the moment, not like a knee-jerk reaction to something, but almost like it builds up long-term over time. And he just didn't want to think about the consequences because, if it's not right in front of you in your face all the time, the consequences or the end result, unfortunately, isn't going to mean a whole lot or slap you in the face until it's right on top of you. I'm now getting a pain over here. And I do see a handgun, and I do feel like somebody shot themselves in the head. I say that, and this eye just, it's like it didn't want to open. I felt like I lost feeling all in my eye and everything. This man is showing me a rainbow. He really doesn't want me to know who he is or how he's connected to you. He says close. I feel like he'll admit that you two were close, but that's about it. He also looks to be wearing a t-shirt very similar to mine, but obviously a men's, in a green, but it looks like more of a khaki green or a lighter canvas color green color. Almost like maybe a work shirt of some sort. Excuse me. He showed me a rainbow for you, and a rainbow symbolizes it's a symbol that lets you know that there's going to be an end coming up to all that concerns or worries you most, followed by great happiness. So whatever it is, he's telling you you're almost there, and whatever you're going through, you're going to get there. It's coming for you, and good things are coming for you. Rainbow could also be something that you can connect with literally, but symbolically, that's what it means to me. So, okay. So thank you for your question. Best of luck with everything.
Thank you, Kim. Again, folks, please like, share, subscribe on YouTube. And if you're on Facebook, give us a little share over there as well. Again, the YouTube, make sure you click on that subscribe button. It helps us get the word out for when we're going to do these. Once I get completely back up on my feet, we're going to be doing a lot more just jump on lives. So you never know when you might be there. So it'll be kind of nice to let us, have that half an hour ahead of time notification if you really want to kind of join us. Let's see. Yeah, those are hellos. So it's good to see everybody back and joining us here. So,
Joe Sardiniak, I'm being told to tell you. Don't worry, Mike. You don't have to pull this one out.
Okay.
You're being told just to hang in there. It's coming. Just be patient.
From Amanda here. Hello. Would love a message of guidance from my gram.
Hi, Amanda. I feel like she had intestinal issues. And I feel like she didn't know when it was going to strike or hit her, almost like diverticulitis or a colitis kind of an issue. Something about spicy food. Because my stomach is starting to feel like it's on fire right now. I'm hearing something about robe. I think she's saying robe. It's hard though to it's hard to tell what she's saying. And I actually feel like that's probably because of how she passed or what was going on when she passed. She's not showing herself to me. And so when spirit uses, when they don't show themselves to me or they use symbols more than anything, it tells me what was going on at the time of their passing. And what it means is that they were unable to think or speak or communicate effectively or clearly or at all. Whether it was 2 minutes before they died or 6 months before they died, they could have even been unconscious or in a coma altogether. Something about her lipstick or the color of her lips. School, yes, do it. That's what I'm hearing. School, yes, do it. I also feel like there's a reason you use the blue heart. And I feel like the blue bird or the color blue is definitely significant to her. That's it. That's all she's given me. So thank you for your question. Best of luck with everything. Hey, guess who's on here?
Hi, Saw. Hello, Pam. How are you?
Hi, Pam. It's the Pam.
It's the Pam.
Or Pam and her Pam Pams as she's, in my phone. I don't know why my kids put her in like 5 years ago when I met her. I was like, what is this?
All right, from Sheila. Can you tell me if the item I held in July from a visit in a different state, I am on the right path to solving the mystery?
Yes. And I feel like it's right in front of you. Hi, Sheila. I have to say this way too, and I don't understand why. It means what you think it means, but it doesn't really mean that. That's really messed up, but that's how I need to say it. I feel like I need to just like shake you and go, it's right there. What you're looking for, it's like right there. See it. It's right here. I almost feel like you're complicating it or overcomplicating the situation, and you need to just. It's like those stupid math word problems when we were in school, and you have to figure out which information doesn't matter, and just get to the heart and the meat of the question to actually figure out the actual problem and solve it. And I feel like that's what you need to do. There's too much in the way.
She does understand that.
Good. Good. And my palm is starting to itch. That's usually a good sign. And I know it's, like an old wives' tale kind of a thing, but when my palm itches because of that wives' tale, I do feel like it has to do with money of some sort. You're going to do okay is what I'm being told to tell you from your spirit guides. You're going to do okay. Yeah. Yeah. Keep going. And don't let people or don't become discouraged. Don't let things get in your way. Don't let people discourage you. Don't let situation frustrate you. It's going to be simpler and easier than you think. Okay.
Thank you, Andrea.
Yeah. Thanks for your question. Good luck.
Okay. Amanda's follow-up. Thank you so much. You're spot on with her intestinal issues, Alzheimer's at death. Love the lipstick and importance of the color blue.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you.
Again, folks, if it rings with you, please let us know. I'm kind of bouncing from the bottom of the list so I can catch your responses back up to the top of the list, so I try not to miss anybody's questions through here. And a lot of happy birthday wishes in here for your mom. So
You guys are so sweet. Thank you. And she just retired too. So congratulations to that too. She made that official the other day. So yeah.
And please try not to answer the question more than once. If you do, it kind of bumps other questions off, and it may bump yours off. Not just the way the roll works. It'll just boop, and I lose them. From Deanna, hi, I would like to see if my grandmother or any ancestors have any direction, guidance for me. I have so much going on and I'm exhausted and need some guidance.
Hi, Deanna. So I'm drawn to your first name and especially the name Anna. And when I'm drawn to your first name and or your middle name or both, that is Spirit's way of letting me know that you're either named after somebody or there's a funny story. Maybe you spell something differently. Whatever the case is, I've had people say there were arguments about their name before they were born. But the Anna especially is what I'm drawn to the most. And it is usually the women who bring the first and middle name to my attention. It's usually the men who bring the last name, the sir or the maiden names to my attention, last names. So, your grandmother wore an apron tied around her waist. And I feel like she's been gone a long time. But I also feel a connection to a great grandmother as well. She says the only way to move is forward. Now she shows me a rolling pin and I saw a cookie jar. Comfort, familiarity, security. That's what it makes me feel. Because those are the things I still feel when I walk into my grandparents' house and I see the cookie jar in the same spot from before I was born, and all those good things and those memories that make you feel good and safe. Stop shutting down. I was waiting for more information and all of a sudden nothing was coming to me and everything went blank. And then I realized I was feeling like I shut down, and I feel like you shut down and shut things out either when you're afraid or scared or when you're intimidated or unsure, and you have to start walking in that uncomfortable zone. Get out of your comfort zone and step into the uncomfortable zone. As my friend Janine and I always say, you have to do that. Otherwise you're never going to grow. And I feel like your grandmother is trying to show you, remind you of certain things that do bring you peace and comfort and joy and make you feel good and safe and protected and loved so that you can continue to carry on. Because I feel like for the next about 6 years of your life, a good 6 years, you're going to get a crash course in how to navigate the unknown. And depending on how open-minded you are to that, that's going to depend on how much easier it becomes for you or how much more difficult it becomes for you. She just very clearly said to me, face your fears. Face your fears. She says you're trying too hard because you're not paying attention and you're not listening. And again, I'm going to direct everybody to the lamp behind me as I talk, and they like what I say. It generally tends to go up or down for validation. She says, you can do this. I have faith in you. I do feel like the decisions you are you're faced with are decisions that are going to be life-changing to a certain degree and are going to lead you on a path, if they don't change things now, it's going to send you on a path where things eventually are going to be different and change. Don't be afraid of that change. Allow it to happen. You will not be sorry. Okay. Once that time this time frame passes and it comes and it's gone, you will not have some of the opportunities again. They will not come your way again. So this is it. You have to grab the bull by the horns and take control once and for all. Okay. So I wish you the best of luck with everything. Thank you for your question.
Okay, Kim's got some validation for us. Again, folks, if you do get some validation, please drop a little comment down below, like, share, and all the other stuff for YouTube. Kim, wow, definitely my stepdad. He was a big marshmallow, and we still have questions. He passed alone during COVID shutdown at the hospital alone. We have so many questions. He had chronic pain and migraines. Sorry for your loss.
I'm sorry.
This COVID thing has really made things tough on families, especially when it comes to that kind of stuff. Nobody can get where they need to get to or get where they got to go. So
Her heart's definitely
my
gone
condolences and prayers to you. Yeah. Okay. Deanna said thank you, and I'm going to come back up to the top here. And this is from Amy. Anniversary of my mom's death tomorrow. Really struggling. Would love to message from her.
Okay. So, look at that. I looked down for 30 seconds. The first thing I saw when he read that question was a headstone. I was in a cemetery, and when they put me in that scenario, it means one of two things. Either it's been a long time since you went to visit her, or you've gone recently, or she knows you're going to go, soon, like you're planning on going. I do feel like you're planning on going. And what I want to say to you about that is don't feel like you have to. She does not want you to feel as if you have to do that. But especially, I feel almost like you're trying to balance it, or make it work or fit it in. And you don't need to feel like you have to do that. The other thing that she was very clear about was she said, don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself. I see a woman bending over to give a kiss, like a kiss on the forehead or a kiss on the cheek. But it's a side profile of her when she's doing it. So it's I'm not quite sure what she's trying to say with that, but she's very defined when I just see her reach down and go just like that. Number 2 and number 5. Those are also significant for some reason. And again, she is not showing herself to me. She's using symbols, visions. I'm hearing a very generic voice talk to me. So again, she's also trying to validate herself by letting me know that she was not able to communicate, effectively or at all at the time of her passing. But now I'm seeing her lay in a bed, and I feel like she was more aware, and I feel like she could probably hear and process what you were saying, but I feel like it was harder for her to get it out or to verbalize it or to, to respond to things more so than anything, at least at some point. I just keep hearing her say, you have to stop. Stop. You have to stop. I feel like you carry this sack of guilt with you. She says, there was nothing you could do. There was nothing you could do. You couldn't save me. You can't save the world. She says, save yourself, work on yourself. And when you do that, you set an example. And that example is something that someone else will carry. If you want to make a difference, start with yourself. And you're going to help more people in this life and in this world by leading by example, than anything else. That's how you truly reach people. She's very wise. I also feel like you have a daughter. And then I see a little boy, but it's very quick. But I saw a little boy, little girl. Yeah. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Okay. Well, that's some validation. Last time I saw you, it was said that I had to listen to my doctors. The next day I had a heart attack. There's my validation. Trisha, that is definitely validation.
Oh. I remember.
Always listen to your gut.
I remember that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no lie. Listen to your gut for sure.
And a reminder, folks, I'm going through and I'm pulling the messages as they come up. We're coming from 5 different locations. So if you ask a question more than once, sometimes I end up losing your question because it kind of gets bumped through. So, or bump somebody else off the list. And that's generally what's going on. Beth, any messages from my mom, for myself, or my daughter?
Hi, Beth. So right here, it was hard to take a breath in. But I feel like there's a restriction up here too. Definitely a restriction up here. And see my light? Yeah, now I'm feeling it in my back right here. This part of my back over here. So that's cardiopulmonary or both together, depending. Could be one or the other or both. You know, I feel like in some ways you're still grieving her. I feel like it wasn't too recently, but I feel like it's still fresh. Her passing is still fresh. The hurt is still fresh. And she keeps saying, be there for each other. Just be there for each other. And I keep saying that you and your daughter just hold on and hug each other. And she says, that's okay. There does not have to be a limit or a time limit on things like that. Just be there for each other. She says, you can't let, death and things like that affect every aspect of your life forever. Like you can't let that be the reason or the excuse you don't move on or don't, do things the way you're supposed to. But when you're home and when you're still going through that is when you should be able to still go to each other and say, I'm still struggling with this. I see she liked to cook. And I see a woman holding a bowl, dancing around the kitchen like she's truly enjoying herself and just being goofy, which is really nice. She was in mid-twirl. She stopped. She looked right at you and said, and spoon up in the air and says, you can do this. You just have to believe in yourself. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Worry about you. I'm here for you. Talk to me. And then I see wooden beads, like rosary beads. That can be literal. She may have had rosaries or beads of some sort like that. But it can also, for me, symbolically be their way of acknowledging that they had their faith, that they had a faith. She says that's what always got me through was having faith. So she wants to see you get back to that or remember it. Okay. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Okay. Hello, Nick and Brian. Tom, yours is in the mix as long as I don't get a couple more of those crazy pops through the extras. I'm going to throw up our new intro commercial. Let us know what you guys think about this. This was done by our friend Ted over there at WLFE DB Radio. So let me roll this on out. So let us know what you guys think about that. That's might be our new intro.
He's working really hard to help all the different shows that are out there. He's doing a lot of work on his own to help us promote ourselves and to help us help promote everybody else and the studio and the station. So it's been really good. So we appreciate all of his effort and all of his time that he's taking to do that stuff for us.
Okay, this next one here is from Nikki Lloyd from Tennessee. I would like to know if Annabelle was watching over us on our move and playing with my daughter.
Hi, Nikki. So, I mean, I'm not going to lie. You say, I hear Annabelle, and of course I think of the movie before anything else.
Unfortunately, that's where I went to. I hated Raggedy Ann and Andy as a kid, and then they make a movie about it. But unfortunately, they're probably making fun of somebody very important. So let's see if you can connect with this person here.
So the next thing I saw right after that, was a white fluffy dog. Very energetic, very playful, a white fluffy dog. That's who was playing with your daughter. But now I'm getting a toothache. And I'm not quite sure who this is or what. Oh, your spirit guides are saying, take care of this. It's not going to go away. I also just saw a Christmas tree. I'm hearing, make sure you do it right this year. Make sure you do it right. I feel like your daughter is very lonely. And I keep hearing this higher pitched bark. But I hear this giggle. You know when a little kid especially just giggles, it's that hearty, throaty, belly laugh kind of a giggle, and you can just tell it's coming from the soul. That's what I'm hearing. And I'm being told it will be like that again. Your spirit guides are also stepping forward and telling you that what you're doing is right and it's okay in the effort you're putting in to make sure your daughter transitions well and settles in and is okay and everything is healthy and she's happy. What you're doing is working, and your efforts are they're not in vain. So keep doing it. You're not supposed to see how it works out and the fruits of your labor until later. But she will become a very well-rounded, I'm hearing self-respecting individual she's very smart, and I see her having a very good career. So she will be just fine. Okay, so keep up the good work, because what you're doing as a parent, as a mother, is working. Okay. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Okay.
Couple more. Hang
Pardon?
in there. Couple more.
I'm hanging in there. We can get a couple more in here.
Okay. Well, I'm holding you
Tom's
to
is
the
here.
doctor's orders tonight, Buster.
Yeah. I would this is from Tom. I would love a message either from my grandfather Hugh or my uncle Jim.
Hi, Tom.
If you can connect, we'll see what we can get. So.
I feel like these two gentlemen were a lot alike, and they may not have been necessarily related or connected, although I feel like they were in some way. And even if they weren't, they were close. I heard when I was writing the name Hugh, I heard Huey. He hated that. Hated it. Your grandfather worked with his hands. He says, just like you. You're creative. You're a thinker. You get that from him. I keep saying a pile of hay, like a pile of it, not a bale, not an actual pile of hay. That's what it looks like, hay. I do feel like oh, okay, so Uncle Jim's going to step forward now. So I saw a motorcycle with him. So you can either connect to that literally and or thank you for that. You can either connect with that literally, but I feel like it's more of a personality thing. That's a symbol they use for me when they are describing their personality to me. And what he's letting us know is that he liked to have fun. He may have, he really got out there and lived life, pushed the edge, rode the line, sometimes may have even been reckless, that kind of thing. But he really kind of just was out there doing his thing. And then again, he says, just like you. So, you have a son. They just said son to me, which that would tell me if they're saying that to me, they're talking about somebody here, and that would be your son. They're telling you to pay attention. Pay attention. It will be okay. Just pay attention. I feel like you're seeing signs or picking up on signs, or he's dropping hints about something. So pay attention. Okay. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything. Okay. So guys, I just want to take guys and gals, I should say. I just want to take a couple of minutes and just throw our ideas.
There's some confirmation.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So there was some confirmation. He did love to have fun and make others laugh. And Tom, yes, he does have a son. So
thank you for that.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry to interrupt. You go through. Try to get the next question in line here.
That's okay. Yeah, I know we're going to wrap up the show soon, so I just want to make sure we talk about this for a couple of minutes. So Mike and I have been tossing around different ideas for different shows, and although we have fun, having different guests on and doing the reading shows, we wanted to kind of change things up a little bit. So what we thought we would do is, so many of you out there have your own stories to share, your own experiences with the paranormal, Bigfoot, whatever the case is. We would love to hear them. So we want to do next week's show a little bit differently and have those of you who'd like to come on live with us, come on and actually share your stories. and people can ask questions about it. You can just share, come on, live with us in the studio and talk about your experiences and share your ghost stories or your paranormal experiences. And we'll have a little fun and we'll mix it up. So that is what we're going to do for next week. So you can either come on the show and just let us know in the chat room. But if you let us know ahead of time, that would make our lives a little easier, especially Michael over there. Since he's the one that's got to set out all the no, but we can both do that. But anything we can do ahead of time to set things up and to make sure you get on, we'll definitely make sure those of you who let us know ahead of time, we'll make sure you definitely come on live with us. So you can email us at where'smysage@gmail.com and let us know you're interested. Okay. And we will definitely be in touch and let you know what to do and how to do it, and spread the word. If you know of anyone who has had experiences or, does anything, or, there's a lot of you guys out there, you guys and girls, you have your own groups. If you are, if you had a really awesome experience with something or at a certain place, you want to come on and share it, come on. That's what this is all about. So we'd love to have you. Okay. So we are really looking forward to it. And we'd love to have you guys on and just to interact with us and, brace it up. You guys don't want to look at all the time, right? So,
and again, folks, I'm trying to get to everybody's questions where we can, and I'm not quite back there. We will try to do some more reading shows. It's been kind of crazy. Every time we've set them up, somebody's decided to find a hospital room somewhere on us. So I can't explain that one, including myself. So again, I'm going to grab another question here.
Okay.
As we kind of move along here. This one is from Lauren. Kristie, my 90-year-old mother Rose is seeing orbs and wondering who it is.
She has a lot of family around her right now, Lauren. But I'm also being told it's her spirit guides. She has been... She's been asking for things lately. And this is how they're responding to her. See my light? So she may or may not tell you, but you can ask her and see what she says. But she's been having conversations with God and with those who have passed. And their showing up is their way of letting her know that they have heard her and that it will be okay. And that, they're working on it. Yeah. Her brother's also around her. Her brother. Yeah. I'm hearing brother. They're telling me her brother's there. He's there a lot. He's her protector. He protects her. I feel like she's heard noises that she can't explain, and I feel like she's experienced feelings that she's not sure of. Tell her not to be afraid. It's him. Her footsteps. I almost feel like maybe she can sense that somebody's in the room with her at times. Them being told from her spirit guides that that's him, to not worry about that he's there to look out for her. Okay. So thank you for your question. Please give her my love.
Thank you. Next one is going to be from Margaret. Hi from Illinois. Kristie, a good friend of mine, passed a little over a year ago. Could you tell me if Eva is okay and at peace and that she crossed over? Thank you.
Okay, Margaret. So I definitely feel like your friend Eva had cancer. That's how or some sort of I feel like it's cancer, but the way it's being presented to me, it's cancer and or some sort of long-term illness. I'm being told that her death was actually quite tragic, and it truly very deeply affected a lot of people in her life. In insurmountable ways is the spirit guide's words. In insurmountable ways. My heart broke, but then I felt lighter and I almost felt relief at the same time. She's going like this. Couldn't talk.
Yes, below.
I couldn't talk. She's going like this, like, nope, I couldn't respond, or I can't talk. Thank you for that. She says, I love you and I miss you, my friend. She says, it's now your turn to carry things on, or carry on with whatever the work was that you two were doing and that she was doing. I really feel like tonight's theme is about conquering our fears and moving forward in ways we're not used to, or we don't want to, or we're afraid to, because she's telling you the same thing that other people have heard tonight as well. You know, don't be afraid to go on without me and to make things happen and to get things done. She actually is a little miffed and irritated that you haven't in certain ways. I think you have in some ways, but I feel like in the way that she would want you to, stop being afraid of not being able to fill her shoes. She's like, what's your problem? I like her. She's like, what the hell, man? We got work to do. Let's go. Yeah. I'm seeing she's sitting at a table and like she's playing cards with somebody. She's got cards in her hand. She's definitely in the light too, and she is definitely at peace. I feel like she left a son behind, husband, but she's more concerned about the son. She's showing me soccer. So I see somebody running up and down playing soccer on a soccer field. That can either mean that she's acknowledging that he is active, or he could actually play it. But she wants him to continue with whatever it is he does. She doesn't want him to stop. He needs to keep going. She says it breaks her heart how badly it hit him when she passed. She says if there was anything I could change or anyone I could truly help, if I was able to go back and turn back time and do it again, he would be the one that I would save from this. But I can't, so he has to learn to be strong. It's the circle of life. But she is there, and he needs to know that she is around. She keeps going like this, and I love him with all of my heart, and she's doing this. So thank you so much for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Okay. Next one is from Connie. Do you know who's been watching Over Me lately? And I think I'm going to take about 2 more tonight. That's my fault, folks. We're calling it an early one in the evening. So, but we will be doing some more reading shows coming up soon.
Your dad just keeps waving at me. He's like, who do you think is watching over you? Somebody has to look out for your sorry ass. Those are his words, not mine.
Could have let me get the occasional explicit language thing up first.
That wasn't even me, okay? I was just delivering the message on that one. I've been
Yeah, I know.
good today. I've been on my best behavior. Don't get used to it. He says you're feeling him in different ways because whatever you're doing, you're forcing him to kind of like step it up a little bit to cover your butt. So you're making it work a little harder than normal. But I am seeing a butterfly now too. So something about a butterfly connection. I'm standing at the table in the apartment. And it's a female. She's also been the one that you've been picking up on. And I hear, it's okay. I know what you've been going through. That's her.
And folks, for those that are listening in on iTunes later on, or the other podcasts, yes, there's been a butterfly following me. That is a validation there from Connie on her question.
Thank you.
About who's been there with her. So
yeah, that's her. That's her. Yeah. Just keep up whatever you're doing. Keep it up. Keep it up. Because I feel like you're doing good. And I feel like whatever you're doing, it's making me feel happy and energetic. And I feel like it's good for your soul and it's good for you. So keep doing it. You're not done yet. I know you're tired, but you're not done yet. Yeah. So thank you for your question. Best of luck.
Okay, Margaret's got a follow-up. Spot on. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Let's randomly grab one from up top here.
All right, guys. We're going to give Mike a break. One last one for tonight, but I promise we will be back. Okay. Who knows? Maybe even I'll get a second wind and, jump on at some point and just answer some random questions. You never know.
From Grace. Hello from Buffalo. Any messages from my mom or my aunt?
Hi, Grace. So the very first thing I picked up on was silly, giddy, happy, laughing, dancing around, having fun, lighthearted. I almost feel like they're two peas in a pod, to be honest with you, in the kitchen, having a good time, and then nothing. It was gone. It was blank. It was flat. It was quiet. It was empty. It was shut down. And I feel like that's exactly what happened. When these two ladies passed, it was almost like the heart of the family stopped beating. I'm hearing nobody knew what to do with themselves. Nobody knows what to do with themselves. I'm actually being drawn to your first name. And if you didn't hear me earlier when I explained it, when I'm drawn to your first name, it's actually your first and or your middle name that Spirit wants me to pay attention to, either or both. And I feel like there's something particularly special about your middle name, though. I feel like Grace has some significance, but I really feel like your middle name is what they're trying to really have me focus on. I saw her response come in just now, and they started like all of a sudden the kitchen lit up again, and they're dancing and they're like bumping butts. Oh yeah, know it. Oh yeah, no one can beat us. Like, I'm not getting up and dancing in front of this camera. It's just not happening.
No, but it's down below. You got confirmation exactly to the heart of the thing.
Yeah, that's why I saw that come in. And all of a sudden, the kitchen came alive again. Somebody's got the rolling pin out. Excuse me, sorry. The rolling pin can be literal. You can connect with that literally. But it is also a symbol for me. And it's Spirit's way of letting me know that they like to bake or were known to bake. Even if it was just one thing. Okay, now I'm seeing like a Christmas cutout cookie or something. Yeah. The little Italian cookies. Because my grandmother makes these, or at least she used to. The little star ones. And I think it's a little star, like they're small, like this. And then there's, it's like two, because then there's like a little circle cut out on the top and the jelly goes in the middle. Something like that. That's what I'm seeing. Or something similar to it. And I don't know which one this is. But one of them is wagging their finger at you and saying, you better make those. So whatever it is. Christmas is huge this year, you guys. We've had such a crappy year. And that's putting it mildly. We need to remember to celebrate the positive, and we need to remember to count our blessings no matter how rough things get. Because at the end of the day, all we have is our faith, and all we have is the people around us and the people in our lives and lives we've built for ourselves. And, we have to be true to ourselves, and we have to be true to tradition and love and family and friends. That's what makes the world go round. And that's what's going to help combat all this other negativity that's out there in the world. And it's also going to bring back a lot of faith. And I don't just mean Christian faith, all different faith. Whatever you celebrate, whatever you believe in, it's all about the positivity and the faith that, that represents it. The core. So just keep that in mind. That's going to be huge. Okay. So thank you very much for your question. Best of luck with everything. Michael. Oh.
Hello, I'm here. Let me follow up here. Grace says some follow up. Yes, my aunt and I would love to make tons of cookies. The recipes made dozens. I'm also smelling smoke right now.
Wow.
So.
Very cool. Well, just double check your house just to make sure everything's good, but it probably is her validating herself for you. So. All right, my dear, what do you say? You look like you're back to
unfortunately, yeah, we do. And I mean, there's so many other questions here that I really wish we got to tonight. Again, folks, don't forget, you can, reach out to Kristie's still doing readings once in a while. You can reach out to her through her business for some readings, especially some of these. There's some in-depth ones I really wish we got to that probably would take more than the 2 or 3 minutes that we kind of allocate for a question. So if you've got a big life-changing kind of thing, it's you can reach out. Remember, it's entertainment purposes, but she usually is 100% spot on. It scares me half the time I hear everything that comes out.
Just the messenger.
So yeah. So again, we're there. Next week we will be doing an experience show, and I'm responding to Elaine right now and sent us a message already.
Awesome. Tell us your story. Share your experiences.
Yeah. So if we got some experiences, I will send, for those that reach out to us, for those that we can get into the 2-hour time block, I will send invitations. It will be live. We will pull you up. You can do it from your phone. You can do it from your computer. As long as you got a pretty good stream and a good set of headphones, so that we don't get too much feedback. We'll do that. Help me out a little bit too. And again, I apologize. I'm not up to 100% where we can do our usual 2.5 hour reading show. Please subscribe on
tonight. That's all that matters.
Please subscribe on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like, share with your friends, because the next thing we can do some more stuff. We'll also be jumping on there every so often. And if you didn't get to hear some of our shows, like last week, we had Alex on talking about cryptids. We've had Tim Shaw talking about the paranormal. And there's some other projects that we've got coming up that you can hear those shows on Spreaker or iTunes, or, I'll play the commercial here at the end, just to where you can find us. Deezer, so many other places. So again, if you've got big questions, reach out to Kristie, through her office hours, because those are big, and a lot of those are big personal ones. So thank you all for joining us. See you next Tuesday night, 8:00. Subscribe, and we'll be here for you, folks. So thank you for joining us. Yep, and thank you for all the wishes and everything. So, all right, folks.
Love you guys. Take care. Stay safe and sample on.
Okay, where's my outgoing music here? Here's my
outgoing music. Was just never going to work for us, is it?
No. All right, there's our outgoing music. Thanks.
Never mind. I'm done.